Okay then, today we're going to go over everything you need to know about Barblast. Okay then, for the typing, it has the same typing as Blowtox, which is water toxic, which means it is weak to earth, electric and mind, but it resists fire, water, ice, metal and brawler. So yeah, it has a couple of common weaknesses that are like not exactly the best to have. However, 5 resistances for 3 weaknesses, I still see that as an absolute win. But then offensively, we can hit fire, water, plant, earth, electric and brawler for super effective damage. So this thing only isn't good defensively, it's pretty darn good offensively as well. Like, this typing is definitely one of the better typings in the game. Okay then, now let's go over the stats then. We have 96 health, 83 energy, 57 melee attack, 102 melee defense, 89 range attack, 93 range defense, and 37 speed. So yeah, kind of similar, I guess, to Blowtox, although also the attacks, I guess, are basically being swapped is a range attacker rather than melee. Blowtox is melee. However, this thing basically sacrifices Blowtox's speed for more defenses, which kind of means Blowtox is kind of irrelevant. Barblast just kind of like outshines it on the defensively, because also Blowtox has got like pretty good speed. It is one of like the fastest tanks, which is great, and also with Aqua Jaws, it can like apply some pressure to things. However, this thing just has better defenses, also with the exact same typing, so it just kind of outshines it. Yeah, the speed isn't exactly like a big issue because also it has got Rejuvenate, so I mean, oops. I will give some love to Blowtox later in the line, okay? But it isn't only like good defensively, like Blowtox right now only really has like Aqua Jaws. Like, yeah, it has got Power Focus and also like Baneful, so it has like somewhat of like an offensive presence, but yeah, Barblast is also better offensively as well because it has a new move which we'll go over later, Toxic Blast, and it has a pretty good ability that makes it do a lot more damage, so yeah, oops. And also energy isn't like too bad, okay, 83 is still fine, gotta invest a little bit if you want to get to like 250 energy mark, but honestly you don't really need to get up to that 250 energy mark, so also yeah. And there is the option just to run Energy Orb like Blowtox does anyway. Okay then, moving on to the abilities then. The first ability is going to be Toxic Spine. For this ability, if the opponent makes contact with you, they may get poisoned. That's all it really is. That's the entire thing. I don't think I need to explain that anymore. The second ability is going to be Parting Gift. When you faint, you will do a random amount of damage to your opponent, which could be up to like half of their health, which is also pretty darn good. However, the better ability, okay, on this thing is definitely going to be the secret ability. I guess also you could use Toxic Spines if you want to try and fish for poisons, but the secret ability is High Explosives. All bomb-like attacks deal 50% more damage. And also, like I said, we'll go over the moves in a second, but it has got Water Bomb and Toxic Blast, which are both explosion moves. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And finally, onto the moves line. Starting with the level up moves, we get Brace, Tail Slap, Spray, Flurry, Tease, Headbutt, Water Bomb, Stretch, and Venom Chomp. Then when we evolve, we get Toxic Blast as our evolution move. Then we get Power Focus, Chili Chomp, and Hydro Slash. Also, these moves look very similar because they are the exact same moves that Blowtox get. Because when Barblast was made, it was actually made at the exact same time as Blowtox was made, but also we didn't have like a different body of water that made sense for it. So also, the only water that we had in the game makes sense for Blowtox. We didn't have like any bodies of water for Barblast. So yeah, but then at one point it's like, oh, we don't know if we're actually going to put it in the game anymore, and then we were. So I ended up giving Puff basically all of Blowtox's level up moves, which now means, and also MMs, and also the rally moves, which I can't really change the rally moves. But yeah, that just means that Barblast basically just gets whatever Blowtox gets. So yeah, there isn't like really anything different with them right now. That is going to change later, okay? Their level up moves will diverge, which means Puff probably isn't going to get any of like the future level up moves, or I guess it'll have to like get a mixture of both of them somehow. But yeah, also there is a new move in there though, which is the evolution move, which is Toxic Blast. It's just like an explosion move. I believe it's 75 base power. I think it's 100% accuracy, and it also has like a 20% chance to poison the target as well. But it is a bomb move, so it does get boosted in damage with its secret ability. So it's actually going to do way more than Muck Blast. Also, I should mention as well, Muck Blast isn't a bomb or explosive move. It has like blast in the name, but it's mostly just like throwing like toxic waste at people. It isn't like a bomb like Toxic Blast or Water Bomb is. And then for the MMs, we have Dodge, Rejuvenate, Ill Will, Maroon, and Tsunami. Like I mentioned, the exact same ones as Puff and Blowtox, because if Puff has them, if I don't give them to Barblast, you can basically just like teach them to Puff and then evolve into Barblast, so it will just have them anyway. And then for the rally moves, also the exact same, which is going to be Ice Cold Trap, Tsunami, Sharpen, and Poison. And really fast then, before I end off the video, let's go over a couple of sets I think people might potentially want to run. So also, you could just go straight ahead and just copy the entire set for Blowtox, make it like a full-on melee tank, make it a complete ranged tank, make it a mixed tank. You could basically just run the exact same moves as well. Also, instead of Aqua Jar, you have Toxic Blast, or I guess Water Bomb, if you want to run that instead. But also, you have Ice Cold Traps, you have a way to heal yourself with Rejuvenate, you have Poison, and then you can, like I say, you can just run like another move like Toxic Blast or whatnot. Or you could actually go for like a bulky offensive one, which is actually what I'm going to do whenever I actually do a video on Barblast. Also, this should be way before I do the video on it. But you could do like a hyper offensive one, which could be like just also maxing out the health for 200, doing like 200 range attack. And then you could run Toxic Blast with the secret ability with Water Bomb. Water Bomb with a high explosive basically becomes the exact same, it does the exact same damage as Tsunami does. However, it's like half the price in energy. So you're basically firing off Tsunamis at half the cost, which also is very nice because your energy stat isn't like the best, but it's also not the worst. So being able to fire off a butt ton of load is also, I guess, kind of nice, but you're most likely going to use Toxic Blast anyway because it still does more, and Toxic Poison offensively is still really, really good. But other than that, though, also you could use Ice Cold Traps, you have got Rejuvenate to keep yourself healthy, and like I said, you are still bulky overall because you have really high base stats, but also, you have got Power Focus. You could like set up and like just keep healing, and then you have like Toxic Blast and Water Bomb to do massive damage with the secret ability. Like, it's pretty scary, okay? This thing is gonna be very, very strong, like very strong.